you know, there's no way of getting round it. If you want to improve at any activity or pastime, you've got to put the work in, and that means coming out on days like today when it's less than promising and absolutely working at it. See, I didn't really want to come out this morning because it's dull, wet, windy and cold and not promising. Like the last time I was here in the snow, I thought I was going to get amazing shots and I got nothing. But today is a bit of a return, a revenge, because I'm determined to get something despite the less than suitable conditions. Now, the last time I was here in those excellent snowy conditions, the main problem I found was I didn't get a shot in quick enough. I didn't start to get the old, the muscle memory used and to get my eye in. Now, today is far less promising. There's absolutely nothing jumping out at me, but I am determined to get something in the bag as soon as possible to get me moving. Now, I realised straight away that this isn't a great composition, but I've got to get something in the bag, as I said earlier, so I've lined myself up with a set of fallen trees. There's some in there with a bit of, you know, bright sort of silver birch to them, and there's others with moss on them. It's all going to be black and white, so not very distinguished between them, but again, I'm getting started. I'm taking a meter reading off the shadows, and I'm probably getting around about, I read about 8 seconds this exposure. It's quite dark, 8 seconds f/22. 2 frames, get this done. I've already got the camera out, I'm feeling better, I'm feeling more motivated. I'm actually seeing some interesting patterns in the foliage, so this is working. Now, I've actually spotted something not far from where I'm already set up, so I'm not going to pack the camera away just yet. I'm just going to wander down and see if it works. Now, what I've got is, let me talk you through it. I've got this rather nice tree here, which is covered in moss, and these other trees are quite stark. Now, in black and white, that looks quite graphic. I've just got to get a good balance in the square frame, though, to make this perhaps a dominant element, and then these are lighter and drawing your eye into the centre. So let's go and get the camera. Now, as I suspected, this does work quite nicely. Again, it's that bleak black and white winter look. I've got no issues with that. And I'm shooting with the standard lens. I've got the lens hood on, keep the rain off it, because it's coming down off these trees. As you can see, it's a bit wet this morning. But my spirits are lifted. I've got something. Now, I fully expect the exposure to be the same, maybe slightly brighter now because the light is coming up. It's sunrise. Yeah, so let's just take a reading off the darkest area you want shadow detail in, because that's what you do with black and white photography. And I'm at f/16. Actually, I was f/22. I'm going to f/16 because there's nothing in the foreground, so I can afford to have the luxury of f/16. Oof, the speed. So let me just pick up on that foliage at f/16, and you're sort of getting 2 seconds now. Traditionally, you'd say that would be half a second because that's a zone 3, and you bring it up to a zone 5, blah, blah. Half a second, but I'm not going to go for half a second. The reason is I want tons of shadow detail. My shots are quite light and airy. I'm not sort of a Sutton whitewash black and white photographer. So I'm actually going to shoot it at 2 seconds because it's XP2 Super. Reciprocity failure. It loves overexposure. It just fantastic film for putting loads of light into. So I'm going to shoot 2 seconds at f/16. Yeah. Ooh, eyesight's not so good this time of the morning. Here we go. Fantastic. That's one. And as you know, if you follow me or watch any of my videos, I always have a safety shot in there. Could get a scratch on the negative, could get a kink in the negative developing it. I don't know, could get a bit of camera shake. So let's have a second frame. 2 seconds. Brilliant. Now this trip has already been a success because I have taken 2 shots I've never taken before, things I probably won't ever shoot again. Very mundane subjects in very mediocre light, but I'm really pleased with myself. I'm very pleased with myself because I've actually got out and broken that losing streak I've had in the forest, which I don't know, it just really got me down. I might not have seen much on the previous video, but it really got in my head, and this has cleared it out. Now, after those earlier, probably less than spectacular compositions, I've actually found something I really like. And this is the sort of small, let's use that word, intimate details, again, whatever that means, of bracken, some twigs, a few nettles, all very mundane, but when you crop in on it, and again with the standard 80mm lens f/22, it's absolutely beautiful. Now, much like the others, it's quite dark in here and there is some movement in the ferns. Now, I'm going to go for 4 seconds at f/22 because, again, I want an absolute ton of shadow. Actually, there's a bit of movement on a fern, so I may knock one down to 2 seconds and try and freeze that before I go for the 4-second shot. Here we go. 2 seconds, stop blowing. Far too much wind. f/22, small aperture. Come on, no. Just going to give it a second. So here I am. I'm just looking at this leaf here, little fern, and it's blowing about in the wind. I need 2 seconds to freeze that. I need it to freeze for 2 seconds, sorry. And when a 4-second shot comes up, that's going to be even trickier. So yeah, we're on f/22. Focus quite close because this lens is pretty good actually, this Bronica. Oh, I've stopped bloody... Oh, it's stopped flipping blowing now. Now I'm talking to you. Sorry about this. Got it. Well, now I've got the 2-second one in the bag, as they say. Let's get the 4-second one done. Let's just wait for it to cut. Oh, the wind's better. Let's go for it, Steve. Come on. Always talking to myself in the forest, even if I'm not videoing myself. Yeah, job done. Now I have to be careful because I'm in danger of slipping back into seeing absolutely nothing as I struggle around the forest. It's been about half an hour since that last shot, and I've been getting myself a bit confused and there's a lot of mess and I'm just not seeing it clearly, so I may need to actually stop, put the camera down and look at things more closely. I finally managed to fight my way through to where I wanted to be first thing this morning, which is an area of wetland. It's been cleared, flooded for wildlife, and it's blooming impossible to get to now. Just hoping I can make something of it. So I think part of it may be focal length. I've got the wide angle set to the Artist Viewfinder Mark II on the iPhone. I've tried it. Apologies, it's a bit embarrassing, isn't it, as I'm struggling to do 2 things at once. I'm a man and I can't do 2 things at once. Does it look better zoomed in? Actually, maybe it does. Just give us a second. No, that wasn't right. I'm not wasting my last couple of frames on this roll. on something I have to spend that long trying to get a composition from. I've said it before, but if you have to spend absolutely ages trying to resolve a composition, it's usually not a good composition. It might be. Still, never mind, I did get a few images in the bag, and it has reinvigorated my photography. I've laid to rest the ghost of that last trip here, and I can't wait to get out on the next one. So, going to get back, get the film developed, and see you again on the next one. Thanks for watching.